Hey, what's up guys? It's Benjamin Somias here, back again, doing a new video, and today I want to talk about the new event that is coming out in, well, it's already out, in Wizard101 for this weekend, and I just want to talk about it and get my opinion about it. I'm sure a bunch of YouTubers have already talking about it and probably already made videos about it, so if you don't want to watch this video, that's completely understandable. Hopefully you understand that I want to talk about this, because this is very important in the future of Wizard101 to not make stuff like this, but also I think something like this, I think they need criticism on, which I'm hoping that, KingZio does listen to the community in this, and I hope that they watch YouTube videos and Twitch streamers, opinions on this, because this is something that they cannot keep doing, because this is going to scare people away and make people not to want to spend money. So the main reason why I'm making this video is actually because of the new event that is in the Crown Shop now, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm assuming you guys have already seen it, but there's two reasons why everyone is freaking out about it, and I'll get into the two reasons why, and why I think stuff like this is going to scare people away from spending money on this game. But so there's the new night event which is going on, and it basically, the whole premise of it is encouraging you to spend crowns to get cool new rewards. I think something like this would be cool if it was like a year-long event, not just 3 days. That's a lot to ask for somebody, is to spend 550,000 crowns to get the newest mount in the game within 3 days, 8 hours, and 35 minutes. So that's the main reason why everyone's freaking out, is because of how much time you have. And also, this new mount right here is the fastest mount in the game. Of course, people are going to go for it because it's that reason right there. It's the fastest mount in the game. And 550,000, 100,000 is $700 in real life. You could spend so much more money on stuff. Like, there's a bunch of new games that are coming out. There's a bunch of new movies. I'm sure there's some music that people could buy off of iTunes, even though everything's on Spotify now. I can go and see a concert live for that much money. I could basically do so much else with $700 that I would not feel inclined to spend my money on Wizard101 in that case. So, do I think spending $700 on this new mount is worth it? No, I don't think so. I think it's a huge, scummy thing that Wizard101 is trying to do. Now, in my opinion, I wouldn't do it, but maybe in some people's opinions, and I encourage you, if you do have a different opinion than me, share it down in the comment section down below, because I am kind of curious about the justification of this. But I'm not telling you what you should spend your money on or what you can spend your money on, but I'm just saying that there's better things that you could be spending your money on. Like, literally, there's a bunch of new games that are coming out because it's almost Christmas season. So, of course, new developers of games are going to be releasing their games. Like, I think Red Dead came out. I think the new Fallout game just came out this week or next week. Battlefield's coming out with a new game. Black Ops 4 is coming out with a new game. So many games are out right now that would you feel inclined to spend $700 on one game, or would you feel more inclined to spend $700 on a bunch of games and help support the gaming industry as a whole? That's a question I'd like to ask you guys. Even if you don't play those games, would you feel more inclined to spend $700 on just one game, or would you feel more inclined to spend $700 on multiple games that you would get? So now you may be asking yourself, how do we prevent stuff like this from happening in the future? And it's very simple. The developers are the only people that can stop this stuff in the future, because they are the ones that have a final say of what goes in the game and what goes out of the game. But I'm pretty sure they will listen to the community if enough of us say, hey, yeah, we don't like this. We don't want to spend our money towards one mount that's a lot of money. It's just spending $700 on one mount. So I'm sure if enough of us tell the developers at KingZio, maybe then they'll listen to us. And I'm not telling you to go be an asshole to them, because a lot of the workers that are on Twitter, they're just workers. That's what they are. They don't have a final say of what goes in the game or what goes out of the game. They are just average day people that are trying to do their job. More of us, you should be mad at the people who pass this as something that we should do in the game, so probably the developers. So that's what I would go to. I would go to KingZio Twitter and just tell them, hey, we don't want to see stuff like this in the future, because this could ruin the game. This may turn people off. This may make people not to want to spend crowns, like I said earlier in the video. And that, in the long term, is not good for KingZio, because then they're not going to make much money off of the game. So by just simply telling them, hey, we don't want to see stuff like this, and eventually they may listen to us. They may listen to the community. People are saying on Twitter that they may end up nerfing the prices of it. I don't know how true that is, but I just think that this is a very steep price to ask, and I think KingsIsle should listen to its community by just simply not doing this stuff again, or if they do, have it either be longer or have it be way less money. Way less money from probably more stuff. So I'm recording this later in the day because I forgot to record it in the original video, which this is something that I suggest KingsIsle to do, and it ties into the last clip, which is what I said was, I think that they should make less money be involved, have a longer time period, and have more rewards be involved, or this is what I suggest them to really do, and this would be different in the game for them to do, you know, and I think it would be cooler for them to do, and maybe they don't have to make as many rewards in the game for this sort of challenge, but I think they should do what Fortnite does with their challenges and their time events, which, if you play Fortnite, you probably know the Scar Trooper event that came out, I think, like, early October, which was, you know, the Scar Trooper came out, which was, like, one of the rare skins in the game, and they also made a back bling for it, and in that back bling, there was a bunch of challenges that you had to do, and with those challenges, you know, they were very easy to do. All you basically had to do was just play the game. And they've done one recently with the little Kevin event, which was, you know, a cube in the game, and it was a back bling that you get, and a back bling is basically a stitch for anyone who doesn't play Fortnite. But I think that they should do more stuff like that, because it would probably, one, help the game out a lot. It wouldn't make people feel like they have to be inclined to spend money, and they could tie it into Imperial Part 2. They could basically make it so you have to defeat, you know, insert amount of mobs, or help as many teams as you can in Imperial Part 2, and, you know, maybe at the end, after you do all of the challenges, you get the new mount that's in the game. I don't know, I think that's the way that I would do it personally, is just making a bunch of events or challenges that you can do in the game, rather than, instead of making it as much crowns that you can possibly humanly spend, because that is not okay. That's a lot of money you're asking from us. But yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and as always, guys, I do appreciate everyone who does watch this. Now, this is all just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you guys have your own opinions, so feel free to leave your opinions down below. Tell me if you agree with me, tell me if you disagree with me. I encourage discussion, okay? I don't want an argument be in the comment section down below. I think there's many ways you can look at this. I do think these events are cool, and I think they should do more of them. And, you know, a disclaimer for the final time, I just want to say this again, that I am not telling you how to spend your money. Like, if this makes you happy, spending your money to get a cool mount in Wizard101, that's your decision. That's your money. Do what makes you happy, but just know that there's probably better things you can spend your money on. And that's kind of the whole point of this video. So thank you guys for watching. As always, guys, see you guys in my next video.